really made a big difference to me, because when I took the chemistry class, I realized that even 1 drop of synthetic oil is poison to the DNA. This was huge. So Idania has come to, Idania is a professional, and she's got it all down, and I'm going to turn the...
Well, I can tell you a little bit about myself so you kind of know what I do. I am a professional makeup artist. That's what I do for a living. I'm very blessed. I get to help people feel beautiful every day. And I love what I do because it really empowers women to feel good about themselves. And I love that this line is, there's no guilt in it at all. Sometimes you buy stuff and you know you're putting a lot of chemicals on your face to look good. But this line, you don't have to worry about that. So I have to say it's very admirable that somebody was finally able to make something so clean. That is actually really hard to find. There's not much out there that I can say is as clean as this. It's probably the most complete clean line I have ever encountered. I've gone to a lot of, there's other things. I've looked at a lot of lines, 70%, sometimes 60%, sometimes it's 40%. If you go into the nitty gritty, you realize most of it is not 100% natural. So there's a lot of fillers, and that they don't require for them to be completely natural. So they say they're natural because they're not really required though to be natural. So when you go in, there's a lot of chemicals in everything you wear. So you have to be like cautious. But this, you can like wear it and not have to worry about it. It's actually really easy, really pretty and natural. And she's gonna be a great one. You're gonna see the transformation from the beginning to the end. Like each step also is gonna help you know what to do with your makeup and how to apply it step by step. And some tricks and tips that I use on most of my clients to make them look younger, make them look brighter, give them color, give them a little lift. So a few tricks I'm gonna show you on the way. So, and Elizabeth's gonna be my model. And Elizabeth, just be aware that it shakes a little, the chair, but it's fine. I had to cut it because I'm really short. I had to cut the legs because I'm really tiny. I'm like 5 foot tall. So most makeup chairs are made for taller people. They're not made for short people. So I had to get a wooden one and cut it so it could fit, so I can actually reach my clients. So this is great for an on-the-go person. It shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to get your ideal dream makeup. And then you can always bring it up a notch that time that you're going out. But it shouldn't be more than like 15-20 minutes. Like it's doable. If you want to look a little more presentable, like you don't have to go crazy. And I know the YouTube channels are like crazy. Like they really go out and they show you like a million things, and then you're like, I can never do that. This is gonna be more like every day. It's gonna be more doable. And it's easy, it's pretty, it's very glowy, which I love. So they have actual skincare line, which I'm very impressed to say that her skin has looked so much better since she started. It's only been like, what, 6 weeks? 5 weeks? I'm very impressed because I've been doing this for 10 years. So I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of product through the times, and I was like, and a lot of times you see natural stuff and you're like, that doesn't work. Right. You know, you have like that. You see a lot of natural brands that don't work. She actually, her skin changed so much within a month that I cannot believe it, because there's a lot of very expensive product that I deal with and I see that didn't do what this does. So I was pretty impressed by that. Plus, the makeup goes on. You're late. No, sorry.
Okay, so let me add something, okay? Because we do have a little puppy here. He's absolutely adorable. So I just wanted to add that my skin was a mess. I mean, a total mess. I was a welder in a power plant for many, many years. I mean, when you're welding in the power plant, you've got all talk about chemicals. I'm still going to deal with the heavy metal getting out of my blood, but at least I could do something with my skin. My hands were like so wrinkled. I had 90-year-old hands at 20 years old. So I just started with the Botswana cream in the morning. And this is the, I didn't open this one earlier, this is the gentle cleanser. So I cleanse at night with the cleanser, and I've been using this intensive. So we're gonna pass these around with some Q-tips so you can get a feel for it. You gotta check it out. This, you know, that's why we're here. We want you to see it, feel it, check it out.
So this is the,
That's the intensive.
feel free to like pass.
So I've been actually not just putting it on my face, I've been putting it on my hands. And look at my hands. So my face is like, this is nothing, there's nothing on my face. And I went around, I was like, feel my face. You know, this has really, really made a big difference. It's only been 5 weeks. So my routine is at night before I go to bed, I wash with the cleanser, which is really soft. And then I will sometimes use a toner, not all the time, but I always use that intensive cream, the Art Intensive Cream. And then in the morning when I wake up, before I put the makeup on, I will wash my face again and I will use the Botswana cream. This is Young Living Botswana Wrinkle Cream. And I love, love, love it. You have to share this one. This is the Renewal Serum, the Art Renewal Serum. This has orchid petals. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good.
So I am going to put a little bit of cream because we're gonna do her makeup, and she did put some earlier. But I like to have it a little dewy and fresh when I'm about to put in the makeup on. I like it to give her a little more coverage by controlling. I prefer, as a makeup artist, I prefer when I'm using mineral powders that the moisturizer is dewy and fresh when I'm about to put it on. It seals it and it doesn't make it so dry. Sometimes people are afraid of powders because they think it's gonna be like dry and chalky. So the trick is that you want to put it when your face is still moist, and that gives you more of a glow and actually holds on to the makeup too. So I'm gonna put like a fresh coat of this. You can never have enough moisture this time of year. Let's be for real. Like, everybody's so dry anyways. Your skin is so balanced right now. That is so nice because during this time of year, that is like a rare thing. No matter how much skincare you use.
No, I never realized I had dark circles till we did the before and after. I'm like, oh my God. I really love this stuff now. It's making me feel like I'm 10 years younger. I just turned 60 this year.
10 years younger. I'm also going to prep her skin with one of the chapsticks. It's the lavender lip balms. It's a lip balm. Chapstick is not enough of a word. It's a lip balm. Okay. And so by the time I get to her lips, they're going to be nice and hydrated. So how much time do you guys spend in the morning on yourself?
That smells good.
Why?
12 minutes.
12 minutes, that's good, that's good.
15.
12 minutes. How about, anybody spend about that much?
Yeah, 15.
How many people spend nothing
On
on yourself in the morning?
that might be me.
Okay, so why aren't you taking time to love yourself?
Get to work.
Yeah, but that's just 15 minutes that you get to love. That's just for you. Just
no, I could
just for
do
you.
yeah. I would
Just
do
for you,
eyeliner, but I don't go all through this.
Well,
I would
sometimes
if it
some
was
works
simple.
don't require much
There's 3
makeup
steps
either.
before I could do it.
Okay.
The more important
It's good
ones.
to take a little time, and you don't really do this for other people. You do this for yourself, just so you know. You don't do this to impress anybody. You do it to feel good about yourself. And doesn't mean you have to do this every day either. So and the trick to it's melting it in the cap and using natural bristle brushes because it melts it in. So synthetic ones make it a little harder.
Now, what are you using so far?
This is her foundation color.
Okay, so it's a
And
foundation.
this is the Savvy Minerals
Okay.
color warm number 2. This is her winter color. This is her summer color. And this is going to be a lighter color we're going to use as concealer, which is the number 1. And these are warm colors because she's more of a warm, which that means she's more golden versus like some people are a little more pink. These minerals are buildable, so you can build to more coverage. Elizabeth doesn't like a lot. She likes to just kind of like almost perfect herself a little bit more, make herself a little more beautiful than she is, but she doesn't really want to be more than that. She wants to, just kind of look natural, look like herself. You can build it, and it really depends on the person and how much makeup they want and how much. And so depending on how much coverage you want, you can keep building.
I want it to look like I don't have makeup on.
And that's what she wants. It's like a trick. So I'm not putting a lot, but I'm just putting a little more than that she usually puts on herself, just so you can see how far it can go. She just likes to even her skin out a little. So you see, it kind of just evens her out a little. It's not huge. It's not like she doesn't look caked up. It looks more like her skin. Then the next step would be, this is if you just do your face. The next step would be under her eyes. And we're using a much lighter color under her eyes. And I'm going to give her like a little bit of a highlight under here. And we don't have time to sleep 20 hours. Who has time to sleep 20 hours?
20 hours.
20 hours? So the only way we would get rid of those dark circles completely is if we slept 20 hours. But who has time for that? So then there's makeup for that. See how it's starting to look even more bright? And it's not like tons of makeup. So. And she still looks like herself, and she doesn't look like she's wearing a ton of makeup, so it's nice. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick. If you ever want to look, see this area right here? I'm going to brighten it a little. If you ever want to give yourself a lift, right in the middle of your face, and it gives you an automatic lift to anywhere where there's like a little bit of shadows, what I call them. Can brighten this up a little. It's a good trick.
We like the trick.
You see, it kind of gives her more of a lift, so she starts looking more rested.
Can you show us what?
Yeah,
which
right
way
here.
you
Yeah.
actually apply
So
it?
let's say your concealer. You want your concealer to go around here, and you see where all these, what I call shadows are. You want to brighten that a little. Whatever's left on the brush, you don't want tons. Just a little more brightness right around here. And what it does, it creates like a lift on her face. Right, you see right here what I call them the shadows. And the triangle of light that I'm creating, they call this the triangle of light. You guys ever heard that? And you can do that with different things. You don't have to put like a million things and pace yourself like they do in those YouTube tutorials. Kind of unrealistic. It'd be actually pretty scary if you saw one of those people in real life. You'd probably run. Because they put like, they're like, it's like a monster. By the end of it, you're like, oh my gosh, who's... And that's what I don't think realistically anybody has time for. I don't know about you guys. I'm a makeup artist, and I don't even have time for that every day. So that's one of the things that people usually wear that I think are a little over the top. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is more her bronzer. You use this one for your bronzer?
The big one.
The big one, I said, make sure. I thought it was.
We like that.
So she likes her bronzer.
You like
Oh my
bronzer?
God, I wouldn't wear that in a while. Who doesn't like their bronzer? It's like we're all about our bronzer in this area. Don't play with our bronzer. Make it as dark as possible. It's okay. And especially this time of year, I'm looking pasty.
Did I say that?
I feel like I need some color. Like,
I need
I'm looking
color.
pasty. So now that we've brightened her face and even it out, we're gonna give a little bit of warmth with the bronzer. And this is the color Summer Loved. It's called. Don't we wish we had the Summer Love? Oh no.
That's my summer bronzer.
I know. We're gonna bring it up a notch. So you see this bone right here? This is her bone. So you want to follow your bone. You want to don't follow any graphic, anything strange out there. Like, don't look at too many videos and go crazy. Find your bone. Like, feel your face. Where's your bone? Your cheekbone right here, that bone right there, it's one of a kind. It's your own structure. Nobody else looks like it. You can never find a graphic that looks exactly like you, and you don't want to follow that. You want to follow your bone structure. So her bone is right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give her some warmth. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of putting bronzer everywhere. They're just like, shh. No, it kind of defeats the purpose. So first of all, you look muddy and you don't look orange.
Muddy?
Yes. And you're actually dragging your face. It's going to drag your face. You want to use it in certain areas that's actually going to lift your face. So you have to use every trick that you can. If you're going to do it, you might as well take advantage of it. So the advantage is that we're going to, you see how we lifted that cheekbone? We're going to lift here too. We're going to give her like a neck lift. So you see this right here? We're going to give her a little color here. Okay, do you see the difference from one side to the other? And it gives you that glow and that warmth that we need. If you don't have bangs, you can do it here, right in this corner. And if you have a very small forehead, you probably don't want to put bronzer there. You want to just kind of leave it alone because you don't really want to make your forehead smaller if it's already small. Because this is all about balance. Nobody here has a really small forehead, though. We're good. You guys give a bronzer out there. But you know what? That's a good thing, by the way. That means balance, you know? It's all about symmetrical balance. So big foreheads are actually a beautiful thing. In case you guys didn't know, it's actually gorgeous. There's no such thing as a model with a small forehead because it doesn't have balance. It makes no sense. So embrace those beautiful big features that you have. So for the sake that you guys are far and you don't see the bronzer, I'm gonna keep going. So blending again. Blending is a really important part. She says, you guys have to blend. You see how important blending is? Please, no lines. You don't want to see the lines. It's not a good look.
No lines. I remember in church, you'd always see the lady with the lines.
Yeah, you don't want to see the lines.
Blend it.
No lines, please. That's my that's like the worst. So it's almost like a 3. Think about like a 3 if you forget. You see? If you forget kind of where everything goes. Okay, so let's do the other side. But bronzer is pretty freaking awesome. She's already looking great. She doesn't even have anything else but
So we have
foundation and
the
bronzer.
summer bronzer and the winter one. The winter one is called Crowned All Over, right?
And yeah, that's good for somebody like usually.
With light skin.
Yeah, or you really want a soft glow. You don't want to, let's say you're not in the mood to like wear a lot. You can use it as a soft glow. It also gives you like a nice highlighted glow, that one. If that's all you want. It's kind of, you have to find what's your dream makeup. What do you want to look like? It's not about what anybody else wants to look like. It's what you feel pretty in. So you feel free to choose what you think is right for you. Now the nice things about these makeup is that they're not heavily pigmented, so you can't really mess it up as much as some of the others are so pigmented. You're just like touching. You're like, oh my god, how do I do this? This is so soft and blendable that even a person that's just starting to do makeup can get away with doing this. You know, I mean, it's not that strong. I always start with whatever you can put in the cap. Not much. Very little. And these last forever because of that. You only need a tiny bit. It's soft, it's blendable. It's easy. Again, natural bristle brush, natural hair is the best for mineral makeup and powders. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is highlighter. How many people like highlighter? Wow, I must be the highlighter. It's a gel.
I like it now since I've been learning.
Yeah?
If anything, that's the one thing that I would normally, if I'm,
Is that you're like a brow person?
I'm trying to fake lift.
Because it gives you
my-
lids, exactly. That's what it does, which is awesome.
I used to use it in my 20s and 30s, but at 70 I don't use it anymore.
Why?
I don't know, it just doesn't look right on me like it
Yeah,
did back in the day.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Some of them are like chalky, and
Yes,
some of them are
yeah.
very
Hot and
thick.
Yeah.
So those are hard. I don't blame you, because sometimes if you put a very thick highlighter that's like doesn't melt in your skin, what happens is it makes you look older.
It
That's
does,
absolutely
yeah.
true. And it's really all about the quality of the product. That's really what it's all about. These are very smooth because they're very they're just thin, very thin, and they melt into your skin. You know, I'm a J-Lo fanatic, I guess. You know, I want to look like J-Lo. So J-Lo's always glowing, so I do love my highlighter. And the highlighter goes here.
Yeah.
Right here. This is where the placement of the highlighter goes. And you can do something really bright like this, or you can do something a little more golden. See, that you see it. Turn that way so we can see a little more of the glow. And it's very soft, so you're not going to scare anybody by wearing any of the makeup here, because it's all very soft. So, you know, you're not going to like go to work or go someplace and be like, what's on your face? It's like realistic versus like some of the makeup you put on and you're like, where am I going with this? What can I actually wear it to? This is the summer bronzer, which you could use as a highlighter too. It gives you like a shimmering glow, a more of a golden glow. And you can layer it. There's no wrong way. I like to layer stuff. I like to mix stuff, you know. I'm definitely a makeup alchemist.
And these we can mix them.
And that because they're loose, you can mix it too. There's no wrong way. I definitely use different things that are not really for that, and I put like shadows as highlighter. I put blushes as shadow. Like there's no wrong way. It's makeup. There's no wrong way you can use it. So I'm gonna do her cheeks. So how many people love their blush? How about that? Anybody into blush?
I am now.
I like it.
I use a bronzer as blush.
And some people do that.
That's
and
what I
that's
do.
all right. That's very big these days. Very big.
Up until 5 weeks ago, I never heard of bronzer. I didn't know what a bronzer. I'm like, what's a bronzer? No, I love it.
Okay, so then what I like about blush, I'm gonna tell you what I like about blush. The blush gives you like it gives you the young glow. And we get really tight into the bronzer, but do you remember when you were 15 and you would wake up and you would be like, well, you wish you got that back? Sort of like that pink glow. And I like that blush does that a little, especially Elizabeth looks really good with it. It gives her like a nice young blush. Makes her look young. It gives her like a little life. And there's the blush. So it gives her like more of like a pop. And you have to find what's good for you, you know. You could be just a bronzer person, and sometimes that is
It's
easier.
gonna stop making me giggle.
So we're gonna go with shadow next. And again, I always work from the cap, so I don't waste it, and I don't overput product.
And this is where it gets really fun because I have never worn eyeshadow other than green, ever. Just green.
So yeah, and guess what? They make the green look to her look. I was like, what if they don't make the green? I mean, she's gonna lose it. And they do. They make her green. So you want to highlight this part. So as we get older, as we get more tired, this starts darkening right here. That area starts sinking and darkening more and more. If you want to look rested and kind of bring out your eye, it's usually a good trick to highlight that part and highlight the bottom of it. It's fun. It's actually, you can just do this in mascara and it makes a huge difference. That's one of the places you can highlight. Another place you can highlight is the brow bone, which she was talking about, which is up here. So under the brows.
We used to put shadow from the eyelashes to the brows. The whole thing.
Remember,
was
blue
green.
or pink or green, whatever color
Just
you
green.
were wearing. Let's just all match it up.
Well, we did that when we were 20, and then we did it all the way till I was 60. No one ever taught me.
So, and if you do those two, you see what a big difference? See how much
Yeah.
bigger her
That
eye
shows.
looks? It's like she's like going to a party.
I
She
can't
only
see a
has
thing
one eye.
yet till I put my glasses on.
So this starts opening your eyes. And you can make it a little more natural than what I'm doing. I want you to see where I'm placing it and the difference it makes. So I'm makeup happy too, and I'm a makeup artist. I'm not afraid of it. So I'm putting enough there that you can see the difference for where you're sitting. But it doesn't have to be this much. It's just, I love it. I love makeup. But these are the areas where you highlight. Do you see where I'm highlighting? In the lid and then on the brow bone. Do you see that? That's what the two places where you want to highlight. Perfect. Now the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take her green color, because God forbid I don't use green. I might not make it out of here alive.
No, you can use the other ones.
Can I?
Yes.
She's living on the edge today.
We did one with the green. We can do the other one.
There's
She
this
can't- she
beautiful
opened
new
one
color
today.
I want to try.
What's it called?
It's magical. It's called Inspired, and it's like a dusty purple. Ooh, it's just so pretty
That's
and
pretty. That's
sparkly.
pretty.
So this is great for hazel eyes. Like your eyes will pop. Blue eyes pop with this. Hazel eyes, honey eyes. Actually, everybody here with this would be like a great color. It would make your eyes pop. So it's so beautiful. I love it. So I'm excited that she's letting me try, because I've been wanting to try a color like this on her. So when you have a pop of color that you want to bring out your eyes with it, you want it to be placed right in the right above the bowl of your eye, basically. You want like a pop of that color right there. Because first of all, you don't want the whole eye to be completely green, and you don't want it to be completely blue. So that's the way you put hints of color without going crazy. Okay? So you put it like right in the center, right there. And I'm using like a really small flat brush because it gives me a little more control over it. And I like to raise it up a little. Yeah, that looks so pretty, Elizabeth. It's soft, it's subtle, it's not like in your face. It's like when you wear shadows that bring out your eye color, they don't have to be like a bright, shocking electric purple. It could be just like a hue of a purple that's soft. That will, oh my God, your eyes look incredible. Like your eyes are standing out. You shouldn't be like, wow, that purple shadow. You should be like, wow, you look so pretty.
Crayons.
Yeah. You know, like it should be subtle and classic. So now we're gonna do this color on the edge. It's actually It's her everything color. Is this the one that the multitask? This is the dark multitasker. So this is kind of like the everything. You can use this as liner, you can use this as brown color, you can use this as everything. As a makeup artist, I can do a million things with this. Like, I can think of a million things I would use. It's just like a dark, warm color. So you can do so many things. The pigment's intense. You'll have this for 10 years, like your other makeup. She has makeup like before I was born. Her old makeup.
That's the joke. That was the funny thing that we were going to come up with today.
I'm going to show you later. 'Cause you guys have to
we
see
have a
it.
funny.
It's vintage. It's totally vintage.
How
There's a
many
word.
women have ancient makeup in their closet?
Yeah.
In the closet, in the basement, in the cedar closet downstairs, tucked away. But
For that
lipstick
day.
since 1972. I always loved it, but I never looked good in it. And I thought someday I might look good in it. Wait till you see.
Someday I'm going to get younger. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I guess is that what we all think?
Maybe.
And then we put stuff away. We always have something we put away for that
Save
moment.
it. Save it.
Yeah, okay, so I'm using a little bit of that, and I'm using like a small brush, and I'm actually creating a liner with it. But I'm creating a smoky line with it. So you want to like tap, so at the axis of it, so it doesn't fall on your beautiful makeup that you already did. So that's important that you always tap everything, so you don't over saturate the brush, and it doesn't go everywhere and you don't waste it. So what I did is I went as close as possible to her lash line. I'm going to saturate the area of the end of her eyes a little more than the rest to give her a lift.
Is that dry or did you put a liquid with that?
No, that's dry. You can wet it. Like, let's say you want something to be a little more intense.
That's this.
They have a spray. Now I'm going to show you how it will look intense.
I think the spray is called, what's the spray?
Misting spray. So you
Misting
can
spray.
mist to set it. You can mist to make it a little more hydrated. You can mist to let it so it can last longer, and you can mix it to mist it to also make makeup with it.
It looks like when she missed it, it looks like a paint.
Then it becomes wet, and it becomes like liquid makeup. You want to see the intensity? So anything you want to intensify, you just wet it with the wet your brush with the mixing spray, and then it becomes like even the shimmer. Let's say you really want to be shimmery and you're going out at night, you can actually spray your brush, and the minerals will bring out all the crystals from the minerals, and it will make it more intense. And it'll be like very J-Lo-ish.
We like JLo's makeup.
Man, she gets younger by the minute, so I'm like, I'm trying. We're all trying. Younger by the minute.
Boyfriend's not too
reversed.
bad either.
Oh.
The boyfriend's not too bad
I
either.
know, right? Oh, yes. She's happy now.
Yep.
She got a man. She found a match. She found
did.
a match.
I was just
She
thinking
did.
that.
It takes.
She did.
She's a Leo. It is not easy it is not easy to be with a Leo. So it takes like somebody really strong. She finally found her match. Good for her. That's why she's glowing more than ever.
Yeah.
But her makeup artist puts a lot of highlighter on her too, so that helps.
The secrets come out.
Yeah. Oh, I follow her. I follow her makeup artist because I like her makeup. It reminds me a lot of my work. So I follow kind of the stuff she puts, and sometimes she won't say what it is, but I know what she's putting on her. It's like she doesn't want to say it because she has a contract with this person, but I know what she put on her.
So anytime you want those secrets, remember, Idania, you can hire her to be a consultant. She will walk you through it.
Okay, so it's important that you get as close as possible to her lash line. You don't want that gap. That's like the worst when you have liner on the top and you have a gap in between your lashes and the liner. You want to make sure there's no gap in between that because that gives you a lift. Also, a lot of people tend to wear a lot of under eyeliner. If you have not tried wearing more liner on the top and that's new to you, I encourage you to put more on top than the bottom. It'll give you a lift. It'll make you look younger. The top liner is so important. You're better off wearing top liner than bottom liner. So because we've all been wearing bottom liner because that's what we've been doing since the 80s, you know, like that's kind of what we do. If you do it on the bottom, don't do it in your waterline. Do it outside your waterline to make your eyes appear bigger.
What's your waterline?
The waterline is that line right there. In there, you don't want to put it on there.
So you want to go under the lashes, not on top of them.
Yeah, so that it makes your eyes look bigger and opens up your eyes.
Yeah, when I saw somebody put that liner on that inside and then all the liquid in their eye go black. Not good.
Let's say you decide, I'm going to show you a good trick on how to wear liner on the bottom to make your eyes look bigger. Okay, let me just clean it up a little here. But it'll fall out. So, this is 3/4. Look at it. If you do 3/4, a little bit outside 3/4 of it, not the whole eye, it gives you a lift. You want to see, look straight ahead. So they can see like the eye. Do you see how that gives it a lift? And you don't have to do it all the way to the inside. Sometimes that closes up your eyes. You can do it like 3/4. And you can do a very soft look versus liner. Like a strong liner, you can do a soft look on the bottom and it creates like a more youthful look. It's not so harsh. Look up. Now I'm going to go back with the brightening one and kind of refresh everything under there since we put the shadow afterwards. And if you want to make it easier for you too, you can do the foundation after the eyes. So if you get fallout, because you know, especially when you're first starting out, you're going to get a little fallout. You might want to do the foundation afterwards. Just make it easier for you. There's no wrong way. You don't have to follow the steps exactly how I do them. Okay, look up. And I love to refresh it afterwards, just so you get kind of a nice clean look at the end in that area, because I think that area is so important that it stays nice and bright and neat and clean. And with the same multitasker, I'm actually going to do her brows. I'm just going to brush the brows. And I'm going to tell you a trick of how to do brows. And how many of you are into their brows here? Like the brows are thing. Brows is everything.
Yeah.
It's the frame of your face, so it's important. So when you do your brows, you want to do the top of your tail. Okay? Do you see the lift it gives her? I haven't even blended it in, but do you see the difference from one side to the other? As I to the top, it gives you a lift.
Right.
You don't want to cut any of this space because you want it to give her a lift. And then here, you want to do this part. So that's going to give her the best shape. That's always the two first things you anchor when you're doing your brows.
Now, was that wet or dry?
Hmm?
Was that wet or dry?
That's dry because we don't want to make them too strong and crazy. Want them to be kind of like the frame of your face, not the focus of your face. Unless that's what you want it to be.
No.
Okay. So, and we're gonna go very soft here because she overplucked at some point, and then decided to never grow. But that has happened to a lot
They
of
didn't
us.
grow.
Remember when thin was in? I'm like, what the hell?
And then they never grew.
It was so thin that we all looked like we had spaghetti, like this tiny string of spaghetti. It was like so, and we thought we looked hot, and we did, I guess.
Back in the day.
Those days it was a hot thing. Thank God the thickness came back because this is so much youthful, better look. Okay, so do you see how that frames and completes her eyes and makes everything so much, the whole face. Brows are very important. They give you a lift too, so it's like almost having like plastic surgery without the surgery. I think that's what brows do for you when you do them right. If you make your brows a little too strong when you're trying to make some brows, just comb them and soften them up away. Go back and just comb them and soften them up and you'll be fine. Again, the tail, the top of your tail.
When you're doing the eyebrows and you say the top of your tail, do you go to the very end of where you're, even if you don't quite have hairs there?
You go as high as where you have hair, like, because you want to accentuate that the high part, and you don't want to lose any of the real estate here. This is like prime real estate. You don't want to put your brows and get rid of half of your brow bone because that's like real estate. You lose it and you lose it and you lose it. So you want to like maintain that part. That's why when you do the tail, you want to do like embrace the hair, but you want to embrace the top of the hair. And you want to anchor here because you want to give your brow bone a lift. So that's why. That makes a huge difference on her face.
I'm saying if you don't have hairs
Oh,
there,
if you don't have?
you just continue where you may have had hair before?
Exactly. Oh, you know what? If you don't have hair, you can do whatever you want. You can make it however you want. You can grade the brow. You can grade whatever brow you want.
You have that kind of brow bone, or
Which is beautiful.
and then I would say
Yeah, I would
follow
go.
it.
Yeah, I would follow it. Yeah, if you have a strong bone, there's so much you can do. Because you have kind of like, but you have the strong bone. Everybody wants them, everybody has that. So the bone will be your, like, kind of what you want to follow. Again, your bone structure, you have to find what works for your bone structure. Everybody's so different. You really, like, have to embrace, like, your features. You can use some of the things to your advantage, but at the end of the day, you know, you don't look like yourself, you know? And you wanna look like yourself. And you can like, let's say it's a really hot day, and you don't feel like your brows are staying. Like you feel like they're melting off. The spray is good for that because it solidifies it in place. So let's say you're having like hot flashes too, and you're like dripping, and you're like, this is not working anymore. The mist spray solidifies it. It seals it into your skin. So it stays on longer too.
So do you mist after you're done? For that to
Yeah.
happen?
At the end you mist too. Also, that's gonna give her like a good amount of good texture. It's gonna help with the texture and make it look smoother. So now we're gonna do my favorite thing, which is mascara. They do have a mascara. It's been sold out.
It's
It was
sold
very-
out from the minute from the minute they came out with
So,
it.
we
They
haven't
keep
been able to
selling
get
out. So we haven't been able to get our hands on the mascara.
Not yet.
But it even has, I believe it has the lavender oil in it.
Mhm.
It's really, really
So
good.
think that-
People are
think-
going crazy over it.
And think about it, all this stuff is actually good for your skin, so improve your skin. It's not gonna make it. Sometimes you wear makeup and you're like, I gotta take it off because
Yeah.
like, I need to take it off because then it starts like ruining.
Yeah.
This is the type of makeup that you don't have to worry about that. Because this
And-
is all good for you, it has oils in it.
And how many times do you go to bed and you say, oh my God, now you're laying in bed and you say, I gotta take this stuff off my face. You don't have to do that anymore. I'm waking up saying, oh, I forgot to take my makeup off and now I can still feel
There's no
good
time
about
for
it
it.
because the minerals are feeding your skin.
Yeah.
What is the main attraction of the mascara that it keeps selling out?
I wish I knew because I haven't been
I
able
think
to
it's
see it.
because it's not synthetic chemicals. It's the
It's a hard,
chemical free,
yeah.
you know, the
Yeah,
harsh
it is hard.
chemicals. They
That's
don't
a hard
have a
thing
lot
to
of
find.
makeup with
That's a
without the
hard thing
chemical. I should say
Yeah.
everything's got
She's right,
chemicals.
but I haven't seen the brush, so
synthetic.
I don't know. I haven't seen the
Right.
brush and felt it, so I can't talk to it yet. But it must be fabulous because we haven't been able to get any. But I have to say, the free chemical mascara, that's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
That is so hard to find. They always have to say, well, we had to put something there, otherwise it won't work. It's like 80% natural, and there's like 20% chemical.
And it's smudge proof. It does say it right on in your paperwork. It'll say smudge proof.
So we're going back to the classic. Who hasn't used this? Everybody
lash.
at some point has used this. I love it. It's such a classic. It's such a cult favorite. And Elizabeth has the blessing of having incredible lashes. Like, I want her lashes. Oh my gosh, they look false. Like, they're like incredible. Like, amazing. Look up. Comb these lashes. What happens with your lashes sometimes? They get stuck. In your
I
glasses?
never. Oh yeah, if I put mascara on and my glasses, they rub up against the
Aw,
glass.
boo-hoo. Aw. I feel so sorry for her.
I've never put mascara on the bottom ever.
Those hurts. A lot of people only put mascara on the tip of their lashes, and I think it's too bad because they miss out on a lot of volume and a lot of curl and a lot of length.
It's like doing
So-
your nails and only doing one hand.
Yeah. So like you should definitely like when you're putting your mascara, go from the root to the. That's how you build volume. Like don't just go like at the tip and the tip and then like and just stop. Like take time and it makes such a difference. I'm just gonna comb the bottom. Good. What do you guys think?
Beautiful.
Now we're gonna do the lips. So you always think of the lips and you think whatever you like for your lips, you want to match it to your cheeks. So let's say you like more of a pinky cool colors. That's kind of what you wear. You always want to wear like something pink on your lips and cheeks. You don't want to wear something like a little orange here and then pink here. They have to kind of have harmony. So keep that in mind whenever you're choosing like a lip and a cheek that you're gonna wear every day. Make sure they're in the same family, same tone. So this is the blush, just to give you an idea what I mean by that. You see the blush is all in the same family. So cool tones. It's not like a peach, it's more like pink. So usually you wanna have in your wardrobe of like lips, you wanna have a peachy, a warm one, and a cool tone of pink. So then you really have a lip for everything. So there's some things that you can realize, oh my God, this is not looking good with pink, or oh, this is not looking good with peach. And it's because you're wearing all cool tones and it doesn't work. So make sure you stay within like the family and give yourself harmony. So she likes more of a pinky undertone, which is nice because it gives you like a young, youthful glow. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be peach too. So we're going to start with the lipstick first. And this is the color Wish. So how much pounds of lipstick do you think you eat a year? Do you imagine the stuff you put in your stomach?
No.
When you go to the pharmacy and buy $1 lipstick?
And you know, I do like those Wet and Wild, but I do tend to eat them a lot, I find.
And think about that.
Yeah. Probably well.
Like mineral oils or parabens or, oh gosh, yeah, not good. So think about that. This, you should feel good about it because you can worry that you're putting any chemicals in your body. So that's another thing to take into consideration. I always think that's probably the #1 thing women should definitely buy natural.
Especially, how about when they have little kids and the little kid gets in your lipstick and it's all over and they really do eat it.
They do. And like, for example, I'm allergic to gluten. So I can't put just any lipstick on for free. Otherwise I do feel sick and I do get really sick from it because I eat so much of it and I don't realize it. So think about that when you're thinking about makeup and anything that's like near your mouth. Make sure it's all natural because it's gonna go into your intestines, everything. Now we're putting the lip gloss on top. Everybody's
It's so creamy.
voila.
I like that.
It's good.
And then we're gonna put the mist at the end. So when you're doing a misting spray, you wanna do, I don't wanna wear hair, so one here, one there, and one there. And then, you know, if you put a little extra in the middle, you can, but that's kinda how you set your makeup. You don't need tons of it. You just need one here, and one there. Just kinda seal everything in place. Okay? Voila. What do you guys think?
Very
Beautiful.
nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay,
I can see your eyes
So-
definitely.
I can't see a thing. Not yet.
Do you have a mirror?
Okay, now I can see.
Do you have a mirror?
So-
See yourself?
I just want to say, let's end the Facebook Live. So when you are ready to order your makeup, go to www.essentialoilsri.com and you'll be taken right to our website. And we can give you all the information when you call us at 401-447-3671. Thank you.